Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your astrological overview for week commencing the 8th of August. The Sun continues to make its way through its home zone of Leo. Here he radiates the greatest warmth and charisma of any location that he passes through each year. But of course, late last week there was a change of emphasis when Venus joined up with Mercury in the sign of Virgo, which is much more to do with the detail of things. But there is some complications that we need to negotiate this week, because apart from the Sun's sunny embrace, there is also a rather dreamy link between Neptune and Mercury, and in turn they're both, of course, squaring up to Saturn. So I think Mercury usually brings a great deal of practical meticulousness when it works through its home zone of Virgo. It helps us to grapple with details, but it is going to be compromised by the energies of Neptune, which can blur facts and figures and reality. And remember, Saturn in Sagittarius is very much about knowledge. So if you are needing to get to grips with something that requires you to read and absorb things, do things with a degree of care. Now, ironically, Mars moved into Sagittarius too last week, and Venus moved into Virgo, and the two are also in a right angle, in a square, in the first half of this week. I think what we've got here is Mars is really rocking and rolling in the sign of Sagittarius. It wants to espouse the more free-spirited energies of that sign, whereas Venus in Virgo is much more dutiful. I think when it comes to a close relationship, especially a live-in one, when it comes to the domestic chores, there may be a little bit of a trade-off that needs to go between you and yours, if you do live in such a situation, to make sure that things are fair or equitable on both sides. If you're in a relationship, any kind of relationship, where it seems that other people always seem to just assume that you're going to help them out and be the provider, the shoulder to cry on, there's part of you that may resent that a little bit this week. And this is going to be further emphasised by the fact that there is a quarter moon at the heart of this week in the deep and passionate sign of Scorpio. This can really stir up quite a lot of jealousy. Anything to do with possessiveness or control issues is going to clash with the Sun's desire to see us all be true to ourselves and really express ourselves to the full, when the Scorpio energy is much deeper, it's more niled, it's looking down deeper into the situation. So again, a lighter touch, a certain amount of diplomacy, and a certain amount of patience, I think, is going to be important this week. There could be times when we don't feel we have an awful lot of it. The great news, however, as this week draws to a close, is that Saturn ends a 5.5 month backward journey. It's true that it is still squaring up to Neptune. It will do so in a very meaningful way right through September, and then starts to decline as October continues. And remember, Saturn's about structures, and when Neptune is in a right angle to Saturn, it can erode those structures. So all sorts of things can be subtly changing in our lives and in the world around us. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.